Okay. Yeah, I've seen some of your stuff. It already looks pretty stable, and we're still a ways away.
Yeah, it's going to be really telling when we see these things really working, all the way in the game, and there's going to be a lot of tweaking and stuff like that. But it's exciting to be getting stuff in there and start to work on that. So.
Have any of your animations actually been applied to any of the realms yet? That have
well, yeah, you can run around as a character or as a couple of different characters, and some of the blending is not working and stuff like that. But we've started to see things in the game and put one or two of the monsters in there. So, but nothing is. It's not. You can't actually play it yet. I mean, you can run around and
it's not done yet.
So you can't see everything for sure, but it's nice to see stuff in there. But it's definitely also apparent that seeing things in the game is super important, because once you see it in the game, there's always stuff you want to change and make it look better and stuff like that. And a lot of stuff you can't actually say is 100% done until you finish it in the game or see it in the game, and then okay, well, I need to do this or this and pull it back, and then it can look really good. So.
Okay. So you have to play it a lot in order to do you think as the game develops?
Well, not necessarily play, but transition, right? So we'll watch them run and run and run, and then go run left, and then we'll watch how their feet go and stuff like that, and mess with the blending and those two animations and how they work together and stuff like that. And in every way, standing, just crouching, and all the different transitional stuff is what really makes it believable. It's like you said, when something pops like that, it instantly pulls you out. So the more transitions, the more real it is. And so having those in between working really well and sort of invisible to the player, but just keeping them in the game is ideal. So, and that stuff you can't really test until you have them all in there working together, because we do them all separately, as loops.
Okay. So. Okay. I doubt, you're going to be able to drink a pint and then not be able to walk in a straight line in this game.
That's up to systems. It depends on how much you're going to be able to do that. If it's something that's a big part of the game, then...
But are you prepared to animate, if someone gets shot with a bullet, they, limp or cover that section? Or?
As far as, the damage goes, that's something that we just don't know yet. As far as... There's a lot of things... There's a lot of things that are more important to me before that, and basically, like I said, it's a list of priorities. What can we do, and what are we gonna have time for, and what's important to systems, and what's important to content. And a damage thing is pretty cool, but at the same time, a lot of the damage that's going to be happening in this game is going to be far away. And when you get hit, it might be more important if you get hit in a certain spot. But at the same time, you're just going to want to keep shooting and stuff like that. So, like I said, the attacks, a lot of the movement stuff, a lot of how players stand and look around, the deaths even, a lot of that stuff is a higher priority than damage. So we have a limited set of impacts right now when you get hit with stuff. But again, we don't even know yet what it's going to look like in a firefight. If somebody's getting sprayed with a machine gun, do we need to do another animation for that, or can we use some of our stuff and combine it and blend it, that kind of thing. So it's all about getting the best quality in the time allotted. So.
Okay. Well, as long as you're well underway at this point.
Yep.
Good. Okay. Why do you think Stargate is worthy of an MMO?
The same reason that it makes a great TV show. It's the Stargate. It's an instant story. You can go unlimited places, and you can always have something new and cool. And even though they're always going back to the same place, it's like a home base, but they're going out, and you never know what's out there. And you can have these overall story arcs that are huge, that encompass the whole galaxy, but you can have a little, isolated story just on a little planet or whatever. And a lot of MMOs, you have forest, mountains, plains,
desert,
right? And so here we can have alien planets, and you can be a short trek away from a whole different, not only area, but a whole different planet, a whole different types, species of monsters or people or whatever, a different color sky, planets, different solar system. It's just opens it up visually, at least, for tons of cool stuff that other MMOs I think don't have. And I think story-wise, it'll be easier to direct players through their own sort of individual stories by using the gate,
by giving them a dialing address.
Right. And you can lock off places, and then you can go to certain places, and you can kind of have a more immersive story that way.
So it's not just a matter of, like the NPC would say or something, I believe, it's in the Northeast,
right.
And you go and you discover the country instead. Here's an address, dial it, go.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a great storytelling device, the Stargate. It was genius.
Right. All right. Is there anything unique about working on this particular project as opposed to the ones you've done in the past?
Well, it's actually, I did work on an MMO, so I guess it's not my first, but it wasn't necessarily for a long time. But it's unique because this is one of the first things I've worked on that anybody's heard of, so that's cool. Mm-hmm. It's the biggest project I've worked on, and it's the most impressive company I've worked with, besides the one me and Howard had on our own. But that was 4 of us, so 5 of us. But yeah, I mean it's a big deal, and it's exciting, and it's people have heard of it, and I enjoy. I actually am pretty, since I've really gotten attached to the show and the characters. Like, it's exciting to be part of that universe, mm-hmm. and be like adding some content to it, and yeah. So it is a first time for me in those reasons.
Okay. What are some of the challenges you face day to day?
Oh, well, I mean, part of that is the management thing, right? So, like,
yes,
it's a balancing, trying to keep them busy, keep my animators busy, and keep working myself, but also get all these important decisions that need to be made underway. And these are always, dependent on other departments and people, and I need to hear what they want and what they think, and so it's a challenge every day to like really know, to really press on, even though there's still unknowns and things like that.
You keep getting pulled away from meetings. It's like, there's really no way to have a real, I'm in my groove now.
Well, and I don't, I think I have a bunch of meetings, but I know Howard, and a bunch of other guys have, so I shouldn't probably even complain, but, but yeah, no, I mean, that is a challenge to keep progressing while these decisions are being made simultaneously, you know what I mean?
Now, you're responsible for managing 3 other people. Does management prevent you from doing, let's be truthful here, does it prevent you from doing as much of the animation as you would like to do yourself?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'd like to do all of it. No, I mean, I think it's great to be able to, balance out who's doing what, and everybody has something they want to do. So sometimes stuff that I don't want to do, someone else will want to do, and so everybody can be happy pretty much all the time. And I think that's a great part of it. But yeah, I don't actually get to do as much as I'd like. But it's a trade-off. I mean, I do enjoy making those decisions and helping the game along with my opinions, and the way I think it should look and feel, and adding that to it. And I wouldn't get that chance, if I was just animating all the time. And I enjoy scheduling because I've worked in games a while, and there's a lot of crazy, management choices that some game companies may make, and with scheduling and crazy hours and stuff like that. And I, ever since I've been able to schedule, or help with scheduling, I've tried to make it so that doesn't happen, and help to schedule deadlines we can meet and all that kind of thing. And so it's awesome to be able to have that kind of input as well. But yeah, I do, and it ebbs and flows, right? There'll be sometimes, there's always a week where I'm like, okay, once I get all this stuff done, I can animate again, and I'm looking forward to it. But there are some days that go by where I don't get to do any animation.